6:40 is the time now. The coming out experience is different for many people in the LGBTQ plus community. In honor of Pride Month, News Channel 3's Crystal Jimenez sat down with two Palm Springs residents to talk about when they came out and their lives now.
You talk about experiences. I always felt my whole life that I was out of focus.
Alan Krug, now 77 years old, lived an entire life opposite of the one now. Just before 2015, he was married to a woman, had a bond with both his children. One hospital visit changed this.
I had a hard time walking and stuff like that. And they finally discovered that I was HIV positive. And so I was married, and my wife told me I would never come home again, which I never did.
Krug was having an affair with another man the 7 years leading up to his diagnosis. He was gay. It was finally out in the open.
So that began the beginning of the end. And in my 50s, I realized I was gay, but because I was married, I didn't know how to deal with it.
The beginning of the end, Krug described to be the end of his marriage, the end of his relationship with his son, ultimately, the end of hiding who he truly was. Despite the losses in his life, Krug describes this new path as a relief, a path to a different kind of happiness.
I came here at the age of 70, and I had to start all over again. And I think my biggest fear, and it is fear, is you think, you're so old, how can you start all over again? But you can. You know, you really can.
According to the National Institute of Health, by 2030, the number of lesbian, gay, and bisexual adults over 65 years old in the U.S. will represent 20% of the population. Steve Rossetti, who runs a group called the Coming Out Experience at DAP Health, says over the last 3 years, 30% of men from the group came out after the age of 35 years old.
For some people, coming out really is more of a process than an event.
While some people wait years to be their true self, on the other end, there are those who decide to show their true colors at a much younger age. Like Bill Bruner, whose coming out experience was different from Krug's. But outcome also included loss and resentment. He recalls when he came out to his parents at 21.
But I remember on the phone calling them and said, well, I'm moving in with my, I think I said my other half. I didn't say lover, or partner wasn't even used yet. We said lover or boyfriend. That's, again, and all my mom said was, don't do this to me. And I said, I'm not doing anything to you.
Now both Bruner and Krug have created what they call their chosen families here in Palm Springs, surrounding themselves with people who love them for who they are. Crystal Jimenez, News Channel 3.
An amazing story there coming out. Good for them.
So many, but really brave of them to share.
Yeah, it's now 6:40.